Well,
chance.
probably around 7, but
I was getting ready to say, are you telling this entire class right now, you have been saving your birthday money for the last 11 years? Is that what you're
no,
telling
I
us?
haven't been saving all of
Okay. Not all of it. Not all of it. Okay. Okay. All right. That you've been saving some of it though, right?
Yes, some of it.
Good job, man. That shows discipline. It takes discipline to save money. And it's something that if you don't learn it in childhood, if you don't learn it when you're a kid, it's a lot harder as an adult. It's a lot harder as an adult because when you become an adult, you got more responsibilities, more stuff that you got to pay for. And so it's like, I can't save this money. I got to pay for this and I got to pay for that. Right. But if you learn how to do it when you're a kid, when you don't have as much to pay for, as much to take care of, now you done built this habit that you could take into adulthood. So good stuff. Good stuff. Isis, I see you got your hand up. Where you at? Come on off of mute.
I got money for my birthday and I never used any of it. When I get money, I never used any of it. My mom always told me to spend other people's money, not mine. And I do. And she said, why you keep spending all my money? And I tell her that. And then she say, I taught you too well.
Wow. 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 You're off to a good start. I'll say that much. You're off to a good start. So you've been saving your money and spending other people's money. So tell me a little bit more about that. What do you mean by other people's money? How are you spending other people's money?
My dad's and my mom's. I My mom shouldn't be asking me for anything else because I bought her beignets. I gave her $20 for her birthday money. That's all she gonna get from me. But spending other people's money is like me getting presents or me just going asking for this and not stopping. Yeah, I may go
What
on a cruise for my birthday, so it's if I'm on my mom's good side.
so let me let
Which I
me
know is never gonna happen. But yeah,
let me make sure I heard right. Did I hear you say you bought your mom something for her birthday? Like you gave her money for her birthday?
I bought her something, but I also gave her money, but it wasn't on the same day.
All y'all got to step y'all game up. All y'all got to step y'all game up. Isis just said that she buying her parents gifts for their birthday. That's good stuff, Isis. That's good stuff. Thank you very much for sharing. All right, y'all. Well, we're gonna jump into today's lesson, and it's kind of on the back of what Chance mentioned when he was talking about saving his money, kind of on the back of what Isis just mentioned in terms of saving her money. So we've been talking all this time, these last few classes. If you guys remember, we've been talking about things like what do you believe about money? Because what you believe will create your reality, right? So making sure that we have positive money beliefs, right? We've been talking about what do you value? Remember, I asked everybody, I said, if I give you $1 million right now, you taking it? Everybody hand went up. Then I said, okay, if I give you $1 million, but you got to be sick and in and out the hospital for the rest of your life, who wants the $1 million? Nobody's hand went up. All right. If I said, I give you $1 million, but your mom has to pass away, nobody's hand went up. So what that showed us is that we value our health. We value our relationships and the people that we love more than money, right? So it's very important to understand what we value, right? We also talked about how it's important to find what makes us valuable as a person, I remember one of the classmates was saying, I'm a good cook. I know how to cook. And so it's very important to find what makes you valuable. There's so many things that make you valuable, but find some things that make you valuable and tap into that. Because why? Because people exchange money for things that they value. People exchange money for things that they value. Remember, the money itself is not valuable. Whatever you're trying to buy is the thing that you value, and you're just trading money to get the thing that you value. So the money is not valuable. It's what you want. It's what you value that's valuable. So if you can find what makes you valuable, guess what? People are going to trade money to have that thing that makes you valuable. If you can cook and you practice that and you work on that, whatever the case may be, find your value. That way, you're not having to chase money. Money starts to chase you. Okay. So we talked about that. If anybody remembers, we also talked about the gold standard. And with the gold standard, what I was telling you was back early in the 1940s, 50s, 60s, and even the early 70s, the money used to be attached to gold. So what I mean by that is if you had a $20 bill in your pocket, you used to be able to go trade that $20 for $20 worth of gold, actual gold. It's just nobody wanted to walk around with that gold in their pocket like that. And so they had the paper that signified, hey, I got $20 worth of gold. That was called the gold standard. The money, the dollar was connected to the gold, right? That's how you knew you had something valuable. Well, in the early 1970s, the president at that time took the country off of the gold standard. So the dollar is no longer connected to the gold, which means we're just printing paper. We're just walking around with paper in our pockets and calling it money. Okay. So I was using that to just give you an example that money is not valuable anymore. It's just paper that we just trade. Okay. Money is not valuable. You are valuable. The things that you are trying to purchase, the things that you want, that's where the value is. We're just trading money to get it. Okay. So we talked about these things. And then we also talked about how to set smart goals. And if you guys remember, a SMART goal is one that is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to your life, and has a time limit on it. So if I said, oh, I want a lot of money, that's not a real goal. That's not a real goal. If I said, I want $30,000 to buy a new house by the end of 2024, that's a SMART goal. And what we see is that when you set SMART goals, you have a much, much higher chance of achieving your goal versus just saying, oh, I want a lot of money. All right. It's kind of like if you get into a car right now, most times when people get into a car, they have a destination that they're going to. They have somewhere that they're trying to get. Hold on just a second. Excuse me. So if you get into a car right now, you're going to have somewhere to go. That's your finish line. That's where you're going to. But if you don't set a SMART goal, then you have no finish line. I want a lot of money. There's no finish line to that. You're just driving. But if you have a SMART goal, now you have a destination, you have a much higher chance of getting there. Okay. So we talked about the goals. And then last week we started to get into the money. See, all that first stuff was about your mindset, how you're thinking about money. What do you believe? What do you value? What are your goals? That's all up here. Last week, we started to get into the actual money itself. Okay. And the first thing that we talked about was income. Anybody remember the two types of income?
and I forgot the other one.
Say it again for me.
The first one is passive. I forgot the second one.
Yep. So we got active income and we got passive income. Now remember, income is money that you got coming in. It's money you got coming in. Give you some examples. You find $20 on the ground at the park, that's income. That money is coming in. Grandma give you $100 for your birthday, that's income, money coming in. You went and cut the grass or washed the car for your mom and your dad, they gave you $10 or whatever, that's income, money coming in. You make some artwork and somebody buys it, that's income, money coming in. Okay. But there's two types of income. There's active income and then there's passive income. Active income is where you are doing something for the money. You're working for it. Again, you go outside, you wash the car, you put some sweat and some time and some energy into that. You put some action into creating that income. Right? That is not the same as just finding money on the ground. That's passive. You ain't do nothing for it. It just came. All right. So we were talking about why it's good to have both. Now, the thing with active income is there's a limit to it, right? You can only wash so many cars in a day. You know what I mean? You can only paint so many paintings, right? So active income has a limit. You can only be out in the hot sun cutting grass for so long, right? So it does have a limit. With passive income, this is income where it can come to you over and over and over again. I use the example of one of the things that I do is I write music, and my music gets on different commercials on TV, different things like that. And so I wrote that song one time, but it can keep paying me over and over and over and over again. Right now, I have a song on a Taco Bell commercial. And every time that commercial plays, that's passive income, right? Or what if, and we're going to talk about this in the future, what if you buy some stocks that pay dividends? If you have stocks that pay dividends, those dividends just keep coming to you over and over and over again. Mari, if you paint a painting one time and then you take a good a scan of that painting to where it's scanned into the computer, now that picture is in the computer. So even if somebody buys the real painting, you still have the picture scanned in the computer, and you can have that picture printed over and over and over again for other people to buy it. So you did it one time, but now it can create passive income over and over and over again. All right. So we have to learn how to be creative and create passive income for ourselves. Jameson, I used the example last week of, you talked about how you had a lemonade stand. It's only so much lemonade you can make. It's only so much you can do with your two hands for active lemonade income. But what if you wrote down the recipe and let people buy the recipe? That's passive over and over and over again. Right? So we want to have both. We want to be able to do something that we love and that we enjoy that creates active income, but we also want to get that passive income going, because what happens if you can't do that action anymore, right? At least you still have passive income coming in, all right? So very, very important. After income, what is money going out called? Anybody want to tell me what money going out is called?
Expenses.
There it is. There it is. Those are your expenses. Any money that's going out. You bought some shoes, that was an expense. You work in your business and you need to buy the supplies for the lemonade, the lemons and all that. That's an expense. Any money going out is an expense. Okay. Now, that's all. If you want to break money down, you got income and you got expenses. When we're talking about how to manage money, Now think about it. We want to have more income, more money coming in than money going out. That's the name of the game, period. You want to have more income than expenses.